EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On second down, Elliott. And an Elliott run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
47.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
Here we go. Get set. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Double tight, guys. Double tight. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bannon in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
It's coming now.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Steps away to his left. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go. Get set. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, boys, we got four down. 58 to Mike. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Four down.
Here we go, 46.
Kill.
26.
He'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Awesome.
Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on fourth down.
Let's go, let's finish now. Here we go, 47.
58.
26.
Oh, look at this play call. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Now the gadget play here on fourth down winds up backfiring. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Black, come on. 81. Black, come on.
Check, watch 54.
Great. 81.
I know he ain't got it.
Great 15.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Go. Lady.
54. I'm coming after you.
List 5-7.
Check Mike 54.
Hey, stash.
On 1st down, Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side.
On the ball.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really frequent combination. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Lady.
Check, watch 54. Wow, Bill.
Black. Let's go.
Wentz to throw again. And he connects with Ertz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Empty.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
54.
Lion.
I got him.
Now it's the Boise State alum, JSA. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 17 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 down, check, 4 down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
That's it, baby.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Prescott now on 2nd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 5. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, Raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands. I highly expect the moment to be just fine for him and not too big.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
On the ball.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Rush in.
Porky, 82, Porky. Shorty.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
87's getting the ball. Single.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Elliott. Oh, Luke. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. The point after is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hey. You got 3.
Run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go. Blue 80.
54.
Sunday. Great. Great 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Tight ends right.
81, 81.
4 down. Check. Slam.
Sunday.
They'll begin the drive with a drive. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
82.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Shorty.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Black. Great.
Mike
Black.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Run.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, you know, the Patriots...
nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long...
You need something?
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us, and everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
We're going to 54. Wide in.
Again, it's Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back. Very manageable with that run.
Throwing. Prescott. Over the middle. Cooper with it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll give to Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Mike Bennett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
List 5-2. List 5-2.
This is Ajayi. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Black, come on. Shorty.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace.
Hey, watch that. Check it.
Hey, Ram. Black, come on.
Right here.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Hey, Ram.
Check tight.
Sunday. 81.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Single, 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 single.
Run, run.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Aguilar has it. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
81, 81.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Randy Gregory in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Mike's 54.
Hey, stack, stack.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker is able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he's made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
5 down. Stand up in. Hey, 47. 26.
This is how and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Prescott now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
4 down.
Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
We got 4.
Prescott to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. They go down it again. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Hey, Gray 15, Gray 15.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was the safety, Darian Thompson, that time who was able to break it up. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
82.
They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. You got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Liz. Hey, Gray 15, Gray 15.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
82, 82.
He's back to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Hey, stat.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Come on now,
so
Alex,
second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Gold. Liz. Great.
Wentz to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Black, come on. Hey, great 15. Black, come on. Liz.
Back to throw. Wentz. A crusher there as it's intercepted. By Darian Thompson. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Here we go, 47.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10.
Let's go. Let's finish.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.